William, hopefully your favorite videographer from Two Hats Publishing. I welcome you to another Two Hats special of community events. Let's look in and see what's really happening.
Okay, tell me about Monsanto.
I can easily tell you Monsanto is the most evil company in existence. They genetically modify organisms and corn, as you can see, to create pesticides within them. And when bees pollinate any substance that Monsanto created, they're being killed off because they can't resist. They can't sustain themselves with this pollination that's been poisoned from the different types of GMOs. I can also tell you, we deserve the right to know what we're eating, and everyone has the right to know what they're eating. And being the fact that the United States doesn't have that right, like Europe does and other countries do, that's pretty messed up. Do you have other questions? So
If you have all the answers, I thought I'd let you give me all the answers. Because teachers never understood that. I said, why give me a test, just give you the answers.
Why do tests?
Huh?
Why do teachers give you answers?
Yeah, I said, why give me a test? You got all the answers, just give them to me.
Because you're not learning from it. You're not being challenged. Like, I can tell you, I can't really relate to that because at my school, our teachers don't just tell us the answers. They give us something to work with and we have to go and discover. And that's kind of what we faced here with Monsanto, where there's this problem we have to figure out to solve. And we need to make people aware. That's kind of the point of this entire march, of giving people knowledge. Because knowledge is power, and with power there's change. And we can have this labeling done.
So in other words, if you eat enough Monsanto, you're just going to go belly up.
Yeah, we need as many people as possible. Get the loudest voice. More voices, more power, more chance there will be change.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Of course.
Go ahead. Start me in. Let me have both barrels this time.
All right. So basically, Monsanto is a huge agribusiness. They're a chemical company that's been started out back earlier in the 40s. They had something to do with Agent Orange, actually created it, manufactured it. Basically, they're a chemical company. And now what they're doing is genetically modifying seeds that are in corn, soy, cotton, a lot of different crops, to be able to withstand their product, which is Roundup herbicide and pesticide. The problem with that is that the herbicide and pesticide has increased. They claim that if we use our genetically modified seeds, we'll decrease the use of pesticides and herbicides. Unfortunately, they want to sell more, and so they put more onto the crops. There's a lot of side effects to this. It's been linked to cancer. It's been linked to infertility, autism, inflammatory diseases, and which are the main illnesses now plaguing the United States. Unfortunately, people don't know about this company. They don't know about Monsanto. They don't know about the effects that eating this everyday food that you're exposed to is. Another problem with it is that Monsanto is linked to the government. They're kind of the FDA and Monsanto are the same lawyer. It's about profit. They buy the politicians, and unfortunately, that's making us sick. And instead of the government subsidizing healthy crops, they're pushing out healthy farmers, making the lands unsustainable, and it's killing bees. There's a lot of problems with it. Factory farming animals eat these GMO seeds and the GMO produce that are produced by the seeds. They get sick, and then what happens to the animals? You have to give them antibiotics so they don't die, but they're sick, and then the people eat it, then they're sick, and then there's antibiotic resistance in hospitals. The list goes on and on.
Oh wow! I think I'm in trouble. I have this feeling every time I lay down and get into my bed to lay on my back and throw my legs up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, it's a problem, and it's not just a part of people trying to choose to eat organic food. It's a problem is also for the regular citizens is that the price of cheap food is so minimal, and the effects of it are so great. You pay for cheap food now, and you have to be in the hospital. You have diabetes. You have all these things that actually cost the United States a lot of money, and cause a lot of pain and suffering for the citizens. And people say, why am I so unhealthy? Why do I have metabolic disorder? Why am I obese? Why do I have all these problems, diabetes, hypertension? And it's not just because, it's your fault, you're eating the wrong food. No, it's the government subsidizing Monsanto, their terrible, carcinogenic, unhealthy food, and making us this way in a cycle. Purposely, I feel like it is done intentionally to keep the public weak and make sure that we are so focused on our own health and the fact that we're all dying, and cancer is a huge business, and it all ties in together. That's why we're fighting back. We want to make people at least aware that Monsanto is here and that the food that you're eating, probably ate today, has some of their herbicides and pesticides in it, and slowly over time, your body's reacting to it. It has all these horrible inflammatory side effects.
All right, you said this. I read that this is supposed to be a march. So when's the march going to kick off, and where's it going to go, and where's it going to stop?
Okay, scheduled to start at 1 p.m. Maybe a little bit late, waiting for people to come to straggle in, and then we're going to march down to the city hall. Or we're starting at City Hall, march down to the farmers market, and then come back.
All right.
We'll have some speeches. We'll have some people talking. A doctor and people that have seen the effects that this food supply has had on the people.
Well, that's going to happen when you all come back.
We're going to have a speaker here at the City Hall, then at the farmers market, and then on the way back.
Okay. So all right. So I can catch two here.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, because I can't. My legs won't take me down to City Hall.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
That was a great interview.
Monsanto is what started off as a chemical company and became a chemical agricultural company in order to genetically modify the seeds. Their process began with trying to basically preserve the bacteria that gets grown and winds up causing a lot of waste in farm output. So they started genetically modifying and inserting different genes and cells from other organisms into the different plants in order to get rid of that. And they eventually started actually using natural pesticides from other organisms in order to grow self-sustaining pesticidal genetically modified plants. On top of which they're spraying it down with Roundup and with glyphosate in mass numbers and building up these chemical resistant plants in order to have a higher yield, but they're paying very little attention to what it does to our intestinal system, to what changing that bacteria they're getting rid of not being introduced to our immune system. They're not considering the side effects that's actually coming whenever we ingest it into our bodies. They're saying this plant has enough characteristics to resemble the natural plant, so therefore it's just as safe. But studies that have been done worldwide show actually quite the opposite.
Sounds real good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. KNON Radio and Two Hats Publishing.
Okay. If I do any press stuff, I have requirements that I have access to the footage of it after the fact.
No problem. It goes right up on YouTube. Oh, I'll give you a card where you can find it.
That's perfect. It's just the fact that we'll have in-bed reporters a lot of time with us for hours, and then like footage gets crazy, and it's helpful for us to show what happens when there's backup. So I appreciate that.
I guarantee only the good stuff will show up on there.
Okay.
Like I'll leave out your explanations and make it look good or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's just for the fairness of everything, because a lot of times, not to say that y'all would spin anything, but it does happen, and it's helpful to show context a lot of the times.
Well, you're very knowledgeable. Gun carrying. I don't know, is that you part of open carry?
We're part of just being free,
Being
effectively.
free,
so we try not to associate with specific groups when we're doing this function.
Okay.
At least me. I'm not speaking for you.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Let me move him out of the frame.
All right.
And give me both barrels.
No, this is all pacifism, man. This is all about communication for me and everything. Like, so we are here as a force of peace.
Force of peace. Okay. What part of your piece is about this Monsanto walk?
About this walk? Mm-hmm. Well, I was involved with the organization of the first march that we had out here a couple years back and everything like that. And I've been a full-time activist in the Dallas area for about 10 or 11 years. And it just seems to create a more friendly dialogue between everybody on the ground when there are armed activists there and everything. So that's why we're here, to support everybody's ability to speak freely, effectively right now. You might see us on a bullhorn or something like that. That doesn't happen very often, but that's because I ride a line here because I was an organizer at one time or another.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you.
Blessings.
You sound like you want an interview.
I look like it, surely, yes.
Yes, well then,
Then
let's do it.
I'm just here to cheer.
You're just here to cheer.
Yes, sir.
Well, give me your best cheer for or against Monsanto.
I'm against Monsanto, absolutely.
Okay.
You want me to cheer for you?
Sure.
On the spot, here we go, off the top of my head. I don't want Monsanto here! Nobody wants Monsanto here! That's why we march! Babylon will fall! We walk around the buildings all day long!
That's fantastic.
Yeah, showing some spirit. I'm happy you're here to.
Okay.
Which you're an official press man with your press pass and everything, huh?
All right. And close the session down here.
We'll be good somewhere. We're here because we're very troubled. We're very concerned. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against science, but unfortunately, in this case, science is being used morally, and that is because the effects and the harm that's caused from these GMOs are affecting each other, the environment, the bees. And so basically, it's not right to eat poison, and we're finding that in the GMOs because they incorporate it into their seeds, and as a result, we're consuming it. Bees are dying by the millions. There's even tests. There's a test by a Swedish grocer company named Coop, and they are finding, when they did this experiment, they had this family eat organic food for at least 2 or 3 weeks, and they found out that based on those results, there was virtually no pesticides. But on the other hand, when they were eating regular GMO foods, they found at least 12 different pesticides. So it's just very troubling. I mean, I honestly don't feel comfortable buying food from a farmer who has to wear a hazmat suit versus a farmer who wears, the normal overalls. That's pretty concerning. And another one too is, if this company is
let's take a little panoramic here.
solely creating these GMOs, why are they so scared to label their proprietary product? Like, let's say Intel. Intel is making processors. They're proud to put it on their laptops, but yet this company does not want to do that. So it's just basic common sense. Just tells me that this is pretty scary, and this is just downright wrong. And what they're doing to the farmers too is just unjust. Unfortunately, farmers are being coerced to using the products because, let's say we have one farmer that lives in one area that uses GMOs. Their GMOs get cross-pollinated onto other farmers who don't use it, and Monsanto finds those farmers and they sue them for using their product unwillingly, and as a result, they either have to go out of business to fight them, or they have to use other products. And I find that very troubling because I see that as a way to control the food supply. And if they continue to cross-pollinate all over the world their product, then they're gonna have control of the food supply, and that's just greed at its worst.
I couldn't say all that better than I might if I even tried. I want to thank you very much.
Thanks.
Do you have any more space for me?
Getting squirrels running. We're running. Tell me everything I need to know.
Yes, hi. Good morning. I am basically here just to create awareness globally because as a nurse, I am a pioneer to wellness in our modern era. And I've seen a lot of diseases lately. In the 1950s, we really didn't have this kind of diseases, but nowadays it's so rampant. And it's common sense, when bees are being killed by this pesticide, well, the guts in our stomach are being killed too. And when we don't have the beneficial guts in our stomach, we come up with chronic diseases, diabetes, arthritis, especially our immune system. If our immune system is gone, we all succumb and that causes our demise.
Wow.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Collecting interviews. I thought I'd take a look at this little puppy dog. No, it's a bee. That's a four-legged bee. Holy smoke, look at that. A four-legged bee. I thought I could get an interview out of him. Her. No matter. There's another one. Oh my goodness. Growing like weeds. So you got some answers for me?
There, no.
What's this, wherever you want to make it, like, tell me everything I need, everything you have in here. Hi! Where's the camera? No? Scared? I'm scared you.
I want to see what I got, but we can try.
Let's go for that spiel. Give it. I'm ready to go.
All right. So I came up here to just see what was going on with everybody else. I'm not really, I'm new to the scene, so I didn't really know what was going on. And I heard about Monsanto and their shitty business practices where they don't let farmers save seed and they sell it back, and they have private investigators come to fields to make sure farmers aren't saving seed. So, and then I really don't know too much about the GMO thing. I know it could potentially be bad. So I just came to see what everybody was doing. I've never been part of any kind of protest, so I wanted to just come up here and see what people's deal was.
Sounds great to me. Thank you. Hey.
I look forward to this every year because we show up against Monsanto, have the best fight ever. Come up high. I sincerely appreciate everybody showing up here.
Goes the last of them for the moment. Nothing wrong, folks. They are going to be back. Right now they're marching to farmers market. Hopefully we will find GMO food. We'll find freshly grown by a farmer. Find out there. We'll get the report. Back here in a little bit. Alright, we're going to find some these. These are 15.
Last thing to tell you, other than the fact that you're all amazing. If you want to get empowered with that information, there are save the bee! 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 We all do. So we'll be glad to talk with you. You guys are awesome. Y'all just look around to the person next to you and tell us
we're looking at the whole system and understanding that you can't just treat a symptom with a pill or if you cut it out, drug it out. We are sick. We are sick because our soils are sick. Our food is sick. It's not real food. It's full of chemicals. There are no nutrients in it. And glyphosate, which is Roundup, is a known carcinogen. It is a known hormone disruptor. It is a known neurological toxin. So there is no known immune system toxin. It's disrupting every single important biological function in our bodies. Pesticides and herbicides don't just kill bugs. They are biocides. They are killing our DNA. They are changing our own DNA. And it is no wonder that we are having epidemic quantities of autoimmune problems, of ADD, of neurological issues, of autism, of cancers, of infertility. So it is up to you all to begin educating everyone around you. And there's sort of 4 groups that I think about. Number 1, all of you probably know some kind of physician or nurse practitioner or the chiropractors and the DOs and the naturopaths are already on board. But I want you all to go to responsibletechnology.org. How many people here are familiar with that website? Okay. Responsibletechnology.org. You all become teachers. You can download all kinds of information, PowerPoint slides, handouts, all kinds of information. And you all need to educate yourselves about the number of studies showing the medical disrupting effects of genetically modified foods, and then educate your own physicians. Bring them information. How many teachers do we have here? Many teachers? Okay. Yes. And all of y'all bring this information to your schools. Every single school needs to have their own garden. Every single church, every single community center, every single prison, all need to be having their own gardens. Our hospitals need to have gardens. Our hospitals need to have gardens. My son is actually in the hospital right now with a broken leg, and he couldn't believe the food he was eating. And of course, I went to Green Grocers and just bought him a green drink. So I want you to educate yourselves, educate your confidence. If you're a person of faith, and have a worship center. You know, GMO stands for God Move Over. Educate all the parishioners. Bring all your information there. Because we can change it one forkful at a time, one bite at a time. Spending your dollars, just like we were saying, supporting the local farmers, supporting your local CSA, supporting your local small grocery stores. And just keep eating real, beautiful, alive, vibrant, whole food that's coming from the earth itself, that hasn't been adulterated, and that's how you get your health back. Thank
you. Here's our flyers. Make sure you check them out. We'll leave with this. We have the power. 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 Amazing. Thank you so much. Let everybody know here how much you love them. One more time, give a shout out. Woo! I have a feeling you guys don't want to leave. Is that what's up? Because I know somebody who'd like to say some words. And he's about that home. You guys want to hear what you got to say? All right, do it. Where's he at? His sister was here last year. Man, what's your name? Knox? Fist bump. Oh, Rock. Sorry. You rock. Give him a round of applause.
These kids, they're very much GMO and Monsanto aware. And I will tell you, in their own respect, they have been educating their little bunch around the school. He's in kindergarten, she's in 4th grade. She has very we're not going to GMO Monsanto. And that's where our opportunity is. Okay? It's the drive-thru for Starbucks. It's the drive-thru for Dunkin' Donuts.
Use the speaker.
Wherever you can. You know, wherever you can remember about GMO, which is, I hope, it's on our minds all the time. But I don't want to take too much time. My son, he was so motivated to see his sisters drive that he wrote up something and I typed it up for him. Go ahead,
My name is Harsha and I'm 9 years old. I'm in 4th grade and I'm working both elementary and kids though. The world would be a better place if there are non-GMO and organic food. Monsanto, the company who modify our food, which are fruits, flowers, vegetables, and more. The fruits and flowers have seeds and those seeds spread everywhere and grow. It's a cycle. My family and I go to Whole Foods and Sprouts every week. Although it is expensive, we still buy food from there to support organic and non-GMO food. Our school should have not GMO-free and organic food. We can start a petition for our school so at least our school will have non-GMO food. As for the bees, whenever they want pollen and they go down the flower, which might be a GMO flower, it dies because the GMO poison. The GMO is poison for the bees. On the back of my shirt, I love what it says. GMO 15 ounces of honey requires 1,152 bees to travel 112,000 miles and visit $4.5 million. This fact inspired me to reduce the honey I use in not to waste it. Instead of the concept decided to leave, they are in low-growth bees and or entrenched in the soil, allowing for the poison to literally become part of the plant. Consequently, honeybees bring the pesticides back to the hive in the form of pollen and nectar and store it in their honeycombs. When future generations live into the reserves, they ingest toxins that target their central nervous system, affect their navigational capabilities, and impair their memory. My family and I are so glad to be a part of this for the second consecutive year in a row. Thank you. Rock and Island Kindergarten. My school name is Elementary. We will eat it. We don't like it. Sometimes we can eat it, but not every time. People taste good, but Monsanto puts chemicals and that's what my mom and dad tell me to eat more non-GMO. Organic snacks like those that people like Monsanto have a factory to make GMO and they are evil people. Most of those GMO build less money and non-GMO for more money. I go to Whole Foods most of the time with my dad. Thank you.
Now parents, y'all don't get intimidated because they're doing such a good job. But you know what I saw when I saw them is that's what's up. We've already, since 83 or 84, worldwide we went into processed foods. So if we want to make a change, tell your kids, right? I mean, that's really how it's going to make a change. They're going to be the ones to make the decision to start growing the food. If they're 13 or older, send them to our school. We'll train them up for you. We'd like you to be there too, of course. But guys, that's really all we got. So I think it's awesome that you want to stay. That means there's so much support here. We got more events coming. Starting in July, we got the next permaculture design course. So you guys come out and let's rock this place. One more shout out and we're out. Hey, everybody, don't go here to Subway. Go down to the farmer's market and have some lunch. Support those guys.
So people, tell me how the march was. I couldn't go on with it.
I go to Martin. I'm a senior, about to graduate in 2 weeks.
You asked by the police or whatnot, or anything like that?
We going to...
Well, you asked the police, I want you guys hassled.
No, yeah, they were cool. Yeah, they followed us. It was probably there for us more than anything else. So.
I'm glad y'all were young age.
Nice, safe march.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
I do.
The farmers market and back.
Do one of you mind taking a picture real quick for us?
Oh, buying anything at the farmers market?
Thank you.
No, I mean, there's probably a lot of GMOs there.
Okay.
But
Dude, some girl made it.
That's about it, huh?
She's like, free sign.
Safe march, that's what we like to have.
1, 2, 3. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Anybody got any small words to tell me?
Hey, Ruth.
I'm interviewing again. Hey, that's me on TV.
Sorry, did I get to call you? That's right. Here's your finger. Bye.
Just keep taking them, Linda, with her in it. Take it with her in it. Keep taking it, yeah. Was that all? Okay, thank you. All right, let's hear it for the bees. Save the bees!
Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees! Save the bees!
Hey, love to turn in your bee costume. I know that's your. Okay, let's roll this up.
Any speeches from the younger crowd? Any speak? Can you tell me about what's going on at GMO?
GMO, what's going on right now is that everyone is
Come on, you can use your outside voice here.
the foods. It's like they're putting stuff in the foods that is killing animals,
Oh,
which is
man.
bad, and we are protesting here to stop that.
Okay, and since we eat the animals, then what happens to us?
We'll die.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sounds a great interview. Thank you.
This is William, hopefully your favorite videographer from Two Hats Publishing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please leave comments below, or like, follow, or subscribe to us and get notices of all our videos. We love it, even when you call.